Are you the 12th trapped soul, or the 13th reincarnation who breaks the fate, or the 13th who has never been recorded but is destined to break all scripts? A long time ago, the starry sky was not just a mysterious celestial phenomenon. It was a contract, a destiny, and a stone tablet full of the origins and destinations of human beings. On the stone tablet, 12 symbols are engraved. Each one represents a temperament, a character, and a tendency of the soul. They are called zodiac signs, houses, and doors of destiny. You have never questioned all this. You accept that you are a lion, a sheep, a snake, and a fish. You believe that one of the 12th doors belongs to you. It determines your personality, your destiny, and the trajectory of your life. You think you are recorded. In fact, you have been omitted from the beginning. In the oldest sky map of mankind, there is an existence that was deliberately removed from the zodiac system. It does not belong to the 12 palace, nor bound by traditional rules. It is between gods and snakes, between poison and medicine, between fate and transcendence. It is Ophiuchus, also known as the 13th house, the 13th soul, the 13th destiny dreamer. And in the legendary fragments of ancient Eastern civilizations, it corresponds to a long-sealed term, the 13th Zodiac. It has never been accepted by humans, but it always exists in those who do not belong to the mainstream script. Have you never felt that you completely fit the description of any zodiac sign? Can't find the real self in the 12 personality models? Do you always feel like you are standing outside the script of this world, watching others being defined and obeyed, and you only think, do I really have to live the way they do? If you have this feeling, you may be the 13th soul that has been missed. You are not the system's error. You are the variable that is intentionally hidden. You are the one who breaks the script. In the ancient Babylonian astronomical fragments, Ophiuchus is called the ascending consciousness, the only astrological existence that physically crosses the central crack of the Milky Way. He straddles Scorpio and Sagittarius and controls the dual energies of death and rebirth, poison and medicine, destruction and establishment, symbolizing people who can cross reincarnation and control their own destiny. This is not constellation knowledge, but a secret map of the soul structure. The 12 zodiac signs are closed circles. The 13th is the sword that breaks the circle. You are not unnamed. You are deliberately erased from destiny so that you don't break it. From this moment on, we will reveal: why did the ancient civilization choose to hide the 13th house? Are you the activated awakener frequency? The fate of the 13th soul has never been obedience, but awakening, collapse, and rewriting. From the Babylonian fragments to the snake handler totem, from the laws of astronomy to the breaking point of the soul's reincarnation, you will see a truth that has been covered up for thousands of years. Destiny has never been complete until you appear. If you feel that you don't belong to this world, maybe it's because you were never born to adapt to it. In the ancient Babylonian dynasty's astronomical chronicle, there is a page that has never been publicly displayed in the temple. On that page, a half-god, half-human being holding a snake staff is depicted in golden ink. He is not a god, not a star, nor a symbol of any zodiac totem in the world. He is called Healer's Snake, Forbidden Name, Spirit of Broken Wheel. His name, in the astronomical phenomena of later generations, was translated as Ophiuchus. In that era, astrology was not entertainment, nor was it a suggestion for fate. It was a contract. Everyone, born under the weaving of the stars, automatically signed a script, the trajectory of the soul. This is what we understand today as the 12 zodiac signs, 12 houses, and 12 phases. They constitute a closed system of circles, making human destiny traceable, controllable, and classifiable. And the 13th soul was not in this circle from the beginning. The legend of the Snake Man. According to legend, the Snake Man is a doctor who brings the dead back to life. He uses the snake staff in his hand to guide the energy reversal and call back those souls who have completed reincarnation from death. 4. This he was hunted by the heavens and sealed between the two palaces by the stars, and he could never return to his position. He was excluded from the orthodox 12 and became a redundant in the cosmic consciousness. But do you know, his existence is not a failure, but a symbol, the will to break the cycle. What he controls is not power, but the authority to awaken. The reality mapping of the 13th soul. You may never feel like a typical XX or XX person. You look out of place in the crowd, you're naturally resistant to rules, and you feel oppressed or even suffocated by labels such as system, time, and identity. You have long sensed that something is wrong with this world, but you can't tell what's wrong. You are not rebelling for the sake of rebellion, but the dormant star frequency in your body is resisting a reincarnation script that is incompatible with your soul. It's not that you haven't been defined by fate, it's that you have already tried to exit its theater. Who are they? People with the 13th soul usually have these characteristics: extremely sensitive to death, past life, and mysterious things since childhood. Can't find the true self in the 12-house psychological system. Prone to frequent identity, disintegration, self-reshaping, and emotional rupture. Frequent dreams of snakes, broken circles, and unknown stars. Experience serious dark night of the soul, but there is always a call of, I must accomplish something, somewhere inside. These are not obstacles. This is proof that you come from the cracks of the galaxy. Why are you hidden? Because if you are defined, you can be controlled. Because if you are included in the 12 houses, you are no longer a variable. Ancient soul programming knows that the existence of awakeners cannot appear on a large scale, otherwise the closed nature of the entire destiny system will be broken. Therefore, the Ophiuchus was stripped from the ecliptic, the 13th Zodiac was erased from the consciousness map, and you were forgotten outside the system until the door of this era slowly opened. The loss, pain, and lack of belonging you feel are not because there is something wrong with you, but because you have already begun to break free from the gravity of the old world. That is not a loss of control, but a sign of awakening. It's not that you are too special, but that you are too real. The destiny system has never been prepared to face someone like you. In the astrology of all ancient civilizations, the circle is the most sacred totem. It represents cycle, order, stability, and also means control. When humans are divided into the 12 palaces, the 12 zodiac signs, and the orbits of the 12 energies, they are like being written into a fixed life program. What kind of zodiac sign you are, what kind of personality you should have, which palace you are born in, you are destined to cycle in which kind of fate. What you like, what you fear, where you fail, are all arranged by the stars. It sounds reasonable, even full of cosmic wisdom. But is all this really arranged by the universe? Or this is a high-dimensional script system which runs extremely elegantly, but is also extremely closed. This is the core essence of the 12 system. It is not evil, but it is not free. 12 is the closed number of reincarnation. The number 12 does not represent completeness in mysticism. It represents the illusion of completeness that is not broken in the cycle, but never transcends. December of a year. 4 seasons rotate, return to 0 and start again. 12 zodiac signs. Destiny does not change, you will change, but the track will never deviate. Zodiac. You reincarnate many times. each time just changing a character skin. You are allowed to evolve, but you cannot jump out of this cycle. You can increase your energy, but you cannot escape from the energy control system. You think you are growing, but in fact you are just efficiently executing the script. The appearance of the 13th means the rupture of the circle. It means no more starting over, no more returning to zero, no more following fate. You begin to question the script, tear up the labels, refuse to define, and challenge the original setting. You begin to derail, so the system begins to correct errors. You are not understood by the people around you, alienated by life and swallowed by spirituality. You think there is something wrong with you, but in fact, you are just no longer the kind of human they preset. The 13th is the code of awakening. What flows in the 13th soul is not a higher energy, but an uncontrollable, unclassifiable, and unrepeatable original frequency. It is not a gift, but the freedom brought by the rupture. It is not a blessing, but the loneliness after the summoning. It is not completion, but a rewrite after escaping from the system. The confusion, splitting, and self-tearing you have experienced are the system disintegrating your old identity and preparing you to become the 13th extracurricular soul. You are not unawakened, but clearing the residual information of the 12 scripts. You will slowly forget the old desires, goals, and social roles and begin to yearn for anonymity, silence, emptiness, and reconstruction. This is not a collapse. This is the universe saying, welcome to your real starting point. Ophiuchus does not belong to the sky. You may think that Ophiuchus is just a missing constellation on the ecliptic. But in the real ancient star map, Ophiuchus does not belong to the star track. He stepped out of the circle and crossed the Milky Way. He is the only existence whose body directly crosses the cracks of the Milky Way. He does not belong to any house, nor does he station any elemental force. His position is the breaking point of the cosmic structure, also the turning point of your consciousness. You are the soul from the edge of the star map. You have no house to belong to and no system to apply, because your role is not to play a human, but to awaken the creator consciousness outside the human script. You are the dreamer. Not the person in the dream. You are not born to adapt to the 12 zodiac signs. You are born to break them. When you begin to face this identity gap, you will also enter the real turning point. You will feel that the world is out of order. The old sense of value is gone, and the concept of time is loose, but you will begin to see the you who has never been remembered by fate is naming yourself. Destiny is never complete. It is just waiting for you to appear and fill in the erased 13th piece. You have been walking along the way, as if you have gone in the wrong direction. Other people's success rules are not effective for you. The mainstream value system suffocates you. You have done nothing wrong, but you always feel wrong. Until you realize you are not here to win this game. You are here to close the cycle of this game and restart a new life script. You have been looking for who I am, but who you are cannot be found. It must be recalled, rebuilt, and redefined. You are not the kind of person who can be named. You are the one who stands behind the namer and tears off the label. If you are the 13th soul, the first thing you must learn is stop looking for a sense of belonging. Because you are destined to belong to a world that has not yet appeared. You are not the returnee of this reincarnation. You are the breaker of this cycle. You are not a social role, but a guide of consciousness, so you can't fit in. Because you are not here to adapt, but to awaken. The 13th soul is a pioneer of consciousness, while the collective is still discussing who I am. What do I belong to, and where should I go, you are already thinking. What if these identity systems never existed? What if time and fate are just a projection of consciousness? What if the purpose of being placed in reincarnation is not to practice, but to awaken? These are not delusions, but evidence that the in Ophiuchus frequency in your body is awakening. You are not crazy. You are recovering your true interstellar perception ability. So what should you do now? 1. Refuse to live according to the old self-setting. You are not a puzzle of 12 personalities. You are the 13th unclassifiable chaotic order. Being rejected by the system is your clearest proof of belonging. Practice staying in the blank state without labels. You will find that when you are no longer obsessed with who I am, you begin to perceive what kind of existence you are becoming. That is a silent awakening that is being rewritten, reconstructed, and revoiced. Connect to your star map origin. Maybe you will dream about star maps. Perceive geometric frequencies. Body vibrates inexplicably. Unintelligible but familiar sentences appear in the language. Please remember, these are not symptoms, but precursors to the activation of interstellar souls. You did not start from the Earth, and you will not end on the Earth. You are the descendant of the snake of the star map and the will that breaks through the sky in the cracks of the galaxy. The last thing I want to tell you is the truth. You are not practicing in reincarnation. You are the one who comes to close reincarnation and open the original frequency. You are not a star in the sky. You are the power in the entire star map that is not recorded, but really promotes the reconstruction of everything. So please remember, if you have not found your place in this life, it does not mean that you do not have a place to belong, but that you are preparing to create a dimension that does not exist yet. And on this road, you are not alone. The starlight of the snake husband is returning to its place. The 13th soul is gathering. The old circle of destiny has cracks, and the builder of the new world is waking up. They say that I do not belong to any house, but I have never thought of becoming a house, because I am the summoner outside the house. If you are the 13th soul, then respond to your call, to break, to rewrite, to illuminate the unnamed place, because you are the namer outside of destiny. Subscribe to me and see you next time.